Hello everyone, it is Sunday and I would like to thank you once again for joining me for this new tutorial. This time I have actually come prepared with a design that I actually tried out first before I actually do it, so you can see how I did achieve it. So if you do like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and of course click on the bell so that you will be able to keep track of all the videos when they come through. So this is basically a very simple congratulations card that I tried out. It's simple, you know, not much flair to it, but then it's just nice, So you could actually do a little more to it if you want to, but for now, this is actually what I came up with. And maybe that may not be my best because usually when I plan things, they never come out right anyway, but I think this one did pretty good. So I'm going to show you how I achieved this. I'm going to set it aside here for a moment and I will let you know the things that I did use. As far as the congratulations, this here is basically a word set of stamps here, acrylic stamps that I got from Michael's. And you could, just make different words, wishing you a happy anniversary. You just have to find the words in here and then put it together. So I just decided to use congratulations because I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. And of course, here it is. I did stamp it out so that I can, that I can get it cut so it's plain. Then I have one 10-pound cardstock. Again, I got that from Michael's. And of course, the first mat that I'm going to be using. Then I will be using distress ink, just three. I'll let you know what they are when I'm using them. I'm going to be using the vellum paper. I'm going to be using the Pearl Ice Drop by Ranger. And let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it. And of course my Cuttlebug. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with getting the butterfly cut out because that's what I actually was using. This is the butterfly. So it's a simple die cut. It came in a bunch of, I think, 3. But this one I prefer to use. So I'm going to go ahead and get it cut out. And of course my poor Cuttlebug has seen a, quite a rough time. So I'm kind of trying to get every ounce of life out of it. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to get the butterfly cut out. I kind of like it angled, so I'm going to put it on the different angle to the first one. No, here, this way. Yeah, to the first one, I'm going to kind of more center it. There we go. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and get that cut out. So here it goes. I usually like to pass it through a couple of times because I want to make sure that the the little edges on the pieces in between the butterfly does come out without any trouble. Okay, and let me also go ahead and get this done really quickly. I will also use the vellum paper to get the other part out. In that way I can have all that done. So let's do the other half of it, which is the butterfly on vellum paper. This one I'm just going to do it like twice. And it should work. And if there's anybody who knows where I can actually get a genuine Cuttlebug plate, I would appreciate that because I did break one. Don't ask me how, but I did break it by accident, and I'm holding on to what I have, for dear life. So just if you know, just leave a message there for me. Now I am not sure why this one gave me a little more of a challenge to take out, but I will try to be very, very careful because if I don't, it can actually mess everything up. Okay, so then the next thing I did was, of course, I did put this back on here. Just want to erase just a little bit of marking from my plate because it's definitely all messed up. Okay, so then I went ahead and I lined it to where I needed it to be. Okay, and I marked out kind of very, with dots. Just mark out where the butterfly will be so that I can get that part colored out. Just a guide for me to get it done. And then of course I'll take all those marks out. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to be using 3 inks, distress inks. The first one that I did use was actually the walnut stain. That's one of those. So I went ahead and put, a bit of it on here. Just over that spot where the butterfly should be. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I kind of went in very light with the color in the background, but I think I want to make it just a smidge darker so that I can have maybe a little more flare in there maybe. So that's the first color. Then I went in with picked raspberry. And I kind of just dotted 2 areas of it. Actually kind of going to put it just a little cherrier, if that's a better word, and just like passed it all over the other ones. But I wanted to get a little more color this time. I think I wanted a little more color. And then now I'm going to be using the last one, which is carved pumpkin, which is this color here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just do this. I'm going to put a little more color on the edges down here, more orangey. And I'm putting it directly on it because I need a heftier kind of color. Okay, so that's part 1. I'm going to come back to using the walnut stain. So just, you see, it's just like a whole big blotch of stuff. So I'm going to show you what happens now. So I'm going to take just a baby wipe and get this out. And I'm going to flip it. That's what I normally do. Clean one side, flip it, and then flip it over again as I clean. So now I'm going to go ahead and place the butterfly where it needs to be, which is here. And so far you can see how it starts coming up. So I'm going to use my runner tool here, which is by Recollections. That's the jumbo one. I usually try to get these products that are high priced when there's like major coupons, like 70% off or 60% off. Because before COVID, I was able to get this one. I think I had used 60% off for that one. I just cannot remember how much it did cost at the time. So I'm going to go ahead and get Mr. Butterfly on. We're going to keep it here. Okay. So it's white on white. So as you can see, it's just, simple as it is. Then I'm going to go ahead and punch out the extra pieces here with my tool so I can just get the butterfly by itself. So now that I have the butterfly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stick it right back on there. So I'm going to use my glue, my liquid glue for this one, and I'm just going to get the antennas, get kind of the edges, because I really don't need, every little nitty-gritty of this butterfly, stuck. Once you get the main part stuck, the rest of it will be stuck. Okay, so I think I do have everything I need. So I'm going to go ahead and get it stuck right back in where the spot it was before. Let's make sure it sits in. Okay, so far you can see, so you can see how it looks at this time. So I've just pretty much stuck the butterfly back in on top of the outline, and then now you have the little in-betweens, which kind of gives you different colors on the butterfly. Now what I also did was, that's what, now I'm going to use the walnut stain. I'm going to go around the edges just to get that brown that I did before. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then of course, if you notice, I mean, the vellum gives it like a little softness to it. I didn't want to color the vellum, so I just left it as it is. So now I'm going to just use this. This is what I basically used, just an old cross template I had lying around. I'm trying to make sure I get this on the edge of the template. For some reason I'm having a hard time seeing it all of a sudden. Okay, and then this is what I did. I just basically went this way. So now you see the border here. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and get this out the way right now. Of course, get my piece of baby wipe, which is already messed up with a whole bunch of inks. I'm going to flip it so I can get the clean side. So we have this here. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this part done. Now for some reason, I'm not sure why this butterfly, the vellum didn't come out as easy as the first one, and I'm not sure why. I did the very same thing with no trouble, but for some reason this one is just being a tad challenging. It got torn up, so my butterfly is messed up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and get the congratulations on. I'm going to have to do another vellum butterfly, of course, because the other part wasn't too bad, but this one is just looking too terrible. So what I did was I used the same distress ink here, the brown, and I just went over the congratulations. Okay, now since I've already done one of the cards, I'm not going to keep you guys here to watch me redo the butterfly, but basically this is what it's going to be. I'm just going to get another piece of vellum and then cut it out so it has that softness to it. And of course I did stick the, you know, the just the lower body and the antennas just so that it stays in place. And of course use some drops, some pearlized drops from Ranger just on both ends. And this is actually what the card will be like once I'm done. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and get this one stuck on the congratulations. Okay, so the congratulations is on, and let me put the pearlized drops on. I can always do the butterfly later, that's not a problem, because you've already pretty much seen what I have done. So we're going to put the pearlized drops while you're here. Just got a little smudge there, a little at the bottom, but you know, I'll just let it dry, leave it alone. So this is it, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. Again, I do apologize for the mess up, but technically, once if it was good, I would just kind of like stick it this way, and of course, you know, you'll have the same effect as the first one. So enjoy the rest of your evening, your day. Thank you for watching and see you guys next Sunday. Bye. See you next week.